Speaking of college football, Deion Sanders is not happy.
Why?
Well, Travis Hunter, apparently he got iced out of the Jim Thorpe Award.
What do you mean?
Yeah, just somehow he was not qualified enough, I guess, for that award. So Deion Sanders,
which is the best defensive back in the country. Okay,
and which is a little strange. And Deion Sanders was upset about that and had this to say.
Travis is a finalist for the Walter Camp Player of the Year, Maxwell Player of the Year, Bednarik Defense Player of the Year, Blitnikoff Best Receiver, regardless of position, and was snubbed by the Thorpe. How is Travis Hunter snubbed by the Jim Thorpe Award? You can have my award, you can have it back. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him mine. I ain't using it. Just sit up there collecting dust. If this ain't the most idiotic thing in college football, that he's not a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, and he is, I would say arguably, but I don't think it's really an argument about this young man being the best defensive back in college football. I ain't saying nothing about the receiver part of it. I'm just talking about defensive back. He rarely gets thrown at. He's won a game for tackling for us, and he's always on point. They just pretty much messed up all the integrity of the award, and he could have mine.
So,
dang.
I mean, if you want a coach to have your back publicly, nobody's gone harder in the paint for their players than Deion Sanders.
But is he lying? I mean, I can understand that. It sounds a tad bit like, kind of, from Deion, he's biased, but I don't see him lying. And listen, let's be clear. The Bednarik, if you know what the Bednarik Award is, that's best defensive player in the country. Now, I expect that to come to
take
Penn
it a step
State,
further. Forget that.
Oh,
he's up for the Maxwell and the Walter Camp.
Which is best player.
Yes. So, both sides.
Yeah.
So, how are you a finalist for those two? He'll be a finalist for the Heisman. He's the favorite, I believe, right now. How can you possibly be a finalist for the best player of the year, the three different awards that are up for that, and then you can't be at your position? It makes zero sense. I mean, he's a Blitnikoff finalist as a wide receiver. And the hard thing is I think anyone who's watched him outside of, I don't know, who was it? Todd Furman, who watched one touchdown reception he gave up all year, and he based his opinion on that. But no one throws at him. They don't throw to even his side of the field. And if they do, it's like a crossing route. And the one time in that particular matchup versus Utah they did, it got tipped up and he was there to make the play because he was running back to the football. Now, some people, again, will sit there and say, well, it wasn't even targeting him. It was a lucky interception. Most cornerbacks are not going to follow the football in that case and run back to be somewhere in the vicinity to then make that play. Again, it's more like people who looked at it and go, yeah, it was a deflected tip and all that. It's like, well, yeah, but he's the type of player that does every little thing right. So he's in position to then make a play on a tip ball like that, even though it wasn't at his receiver that he was covering. I don't understand the hate. I understand Boise fans because you want Ashton Jeanty to win. I get that. Or Oregon fans because you want Dylan Gabriel or whoever else you want to throw into the conversation. I don't understand the hate for what this young man has been able to accomplish on both sides of the football, how incredible he has been this year, really even dating back to last year, even though he got injured, missed some games. I don't get it. I don't understand. And obviously the Jim Thorpe Award, I can't even read into some of that stuff, man. I mean, I remember when Jeff Samardzija was up for the Blitnikoff finals. I think it was 2 years in a row. And I'm like, he's the best receiver to me in college football. And yet I think it went to someone at Oregon State who had a bunch of stats. I'm like, all right, that's how we want to do this, huh? I mean, I don't know how they come down with some of these finalists or even how they present the award at times. It doesn't make any sense.
Who votes on this? Is this just sports writers?
There's committees, there's panels for this. I mean, I'm a Heisman voter, so I can definitively tell you I don't turn my ballot in early. I watch all of the games. I watch all of the tapes. I have the resources to do so that makes my job a little easier. But it's a lot of tape to cut through. So when I talk about what Travis is doing, that's not taking away from what Ashton Jeanty has done this year, or watching his tape and why he should win the Doak Walker. That's a shoo-in. And then the rest is like, okay, where's he going to place in regards to a lot of other Player of the Year awards? But you have to, like, we can acknowledge the great in all of these athletes. We don't just have to, like, say, well, our guy should win it and your guy stinks. It's like, well, that's not true. Like, all these guys can be very deserving of the award.
I hope people in and around college football, either people that cover it, people that talk about it, I hope that they're aware of what Colorado and what Shedeur Sanders and Prime and Travis Hunter have given to the sport over the past couple of years. Like, they have been so tremendous for the sport, and to see stuff like this pop up, or people be critical at certain moments or root against them, or maybe, dirty hits, the hit on Shedeur this past week, when they're gone, people are going to look back and go, damn, that was a fun 2-year ride. Like they put that place back on the map, a place that growing up we all remember being a great program and one of the true powers of college football. And just to see sort of the way some people have handled it or behaved towards it because it's different and the approach was different, it is strange to me, man.
You got Malachi Starks, safety, out of Georgia. You got Downs, Caleb Downs, safety, out of Ohio State. I mean, the only cornerback that I see that you could put in the conversation somewhat is Will Johnson, and that's the corner out of Michigan.
He's barely played this year.
I don't know that there's any other names that you would even throw out there and say are comparable names that would stand up and wait to what Travis Hunter has represented as a defensive back to their team. I don't see it.
Right.
So I don't know. I find it to be strange. I think that Deion coming to his backing like that, it's funny. I gave my award away one year. When Peter Warwick didn't, here I go making it about me. F y'all. Peter Warwick was basically, I mean, I don't know what you want to call it. To think of the worst word, it would be Peter Warwick should have won the Heisman in '99. And now Ron Dane, he broke the rushing record, so it was legit for him to win it. I get that. But he didn't win the Biletnikoff. Troy Walters of Stanford won the Biletnikoff that year.
As he should.
Okay. I gave my Bednarik Award. I still don't have the trophy to this day. I gave my Bednarik Award to Peter Warwick. I said, if I'm the best defensive player in the world, then you know what? Peter Warwick will get the best defensive player in the year award if he's not going to get the best offense. If he's not going to get the Heisman or the Biletnikoff, and y'all going to have this man sitting here, I think this might be a bigger travesty that he's not up for the Biletnikoff in this scenario.
Brady gave me his Johnny Unitas Golden Arm trophy.
There you go.
I still have it.
There you go.
Yep, all the tugging. Yep, that was that's what you got the award for.
Yeah.
Is that a real award?
Yeah,
Johnny Unitas Golden Arm? Hell yeah.
Golden Arm.
Yeah, come on.
Damn.
Man. Who else is going to get it?